Okay, so I'm in the Sri Radha Madan Mohan temple. So you might have observed the background is different. Okay, so those who are attending for the first time, let me tell you what this session is all about. So generally, we started something called as midweek session. That means, we'll generally have classes either on the weekends, like Saturday and Sunday, or sometimes when we do the Secrets of Gita Revealed or Gita Sandesh, then we'll have all the days, right, in a week. So Monday to Saturday, like that. So most of the times this SGR or Gita Sandesh will not be running throughout the month. Sometimes there will be gap. So what we have is only this Gita Sadhaka 108 important shlokas that will be running on Saturday and Sunday. So those who have completed Secrets of Gita Revealed, now from the coming weekend, you'll have that Gita Sadhaka weekend classes. So while we were having only weekend classes, we had so many questions also which we cannot take up in the classes itself. So then we thought like, we should create a platform where we will have a session during the week. Okay, so why to wait till the weekend to get the answer? And in the weekend also, if the time is less, we may not get our questions answered. And apart from that, I have prepared a question bank where it has around 250 plus basic questions related to Krishna consciousness. So that document, when I prepared, some people read it, but some people couldn't understand it. So then they asked like, every week we can take one or two questions on that from that also. So like this, we tried different topics in this midweek session. So this is a very kind of a interactive platform, because on the weekend classes or the other classes, generally I'll talk or the preacher will talk for a long time, and then after that maybe 15-20 minutes like that we'll have question and answers. So that will be the case, but in this session we have interaction, like maybe in the middle only we can talk if you have some questions, or we can discuss some topics like that. So during that we have generated new topics like numerics in Krishna consciousness, like how we can remember Krishna even through digits like 1 2 3. If those digits are there, through that also how we can remember Krishna. So like that we have experimented different topics. So this is a basic a session where we do many experiments, much of discussion and all, so that you get more clarity about how to practice and what to practice. So like that we are creating this platform. So those who are new, okay, because of that I'm sharing. Those who are old, you already know what we are doing. So past few weeks, due to other services, we could not take this session of midweek. Today also, I thought like I cannot take, but I thought like it's been long time, so let me do something and take up the class, take up some topic which will be very useful for all of you. Now, the topic today, what we are going to talk is about gratitude or counting the blessings. Okay. So, this topic is not a new topic. Many of you might have heard about it, many of you might be practicing it. But today, we'll try to see something more in detail. Okay. Now, the same session or a similar session I done in the morning japa session, and if I'm not wrong, I done in Hindi Gita Sadhaka also. During the one of the Sundays, I have taken this topic, Krishna Bhavana Bhavit Kritagnyata. So that was the title. So like that I shared, but I felt like, this is not a topic which has to be shared only once and we expect people to implement it, right? So I'll ask a question to all of you. How many of you heard the class related to gratitude, either through me or someone else? How many of you had heard any class related to gratitude? Okay. Snigdha Mataji, Anuradha. Okay. Kritika Mataji, you have not heard. Bindu Mataji, Tanupriya Mataji. Okay, fine. So how many of you are actually implementing what you learned? Okay, now all hands down. One moment, I'll lower the hands. Okay, now those who heard the class on gratitude, how many of you are actually implementing those? Tanupriya, Bindu Mataji. Okay. Yes, Tanupriya Mataji, would you like to share what you're implementing? And what is your experience?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
And it's from
Uh, is my voice audible, Prabhuji? Is there any
audible,
difference?
audible.
So before coming into Krishna consciousness, I used to crib a lot. For the tiny things, I used to be like, why this is happening? Only I am getting this win? Why not everyone? I used to compare myself with my brother, younger sibling. So like he gets more love, I don't get more love. So then I realized, okay, I should be thankful for whatever I have got. Krishna is a best friend of everyone. He is like you know uh, Sarva Bhutanam, everyone's best friend. He sits in everyone's heart. So he knows what to give to whom, what to not. If it is a if it's a difficult situation, he knows how to put me through that and handles give me that strength to handle those situations. So after getting class from you, and that became still more strong. And now I don't blame anyone. I don't
Okay.
complain to Krishna. I thank for him for everything. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, do you practice this only when things are right or when things
No,
go very
Prabhuji.
bad?
No, Prabhuji, not like that. So, though in the COVID time, it was very difficult time for all of my family members.
Hmm.
So, even that time, the strength which he gave me to overcome everything, the same strength when I'm happy also, he'll be like, okay, this is not permanent, but still, I'm very much thankful for you, Krishna, for whatever you give. So, even if I make some bhoga to Krishna, I just pray him. No, I don't know how it comes. Please help me do this. If it comes very much good, like I'll be very happy and I'll thank him. If it's not that, then I'll be like, Krishna, I'll improve a lot in next time, and it'll make you very much tastier dishes. So like
Hare
this,
Krishna.
I try to implement. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Yes, Bindu Mataji.
Yeah, Prabhu, practice and say yes. If I get any help from him in return, I used to say thank you. But
Mm-hmm.
before I would not react to that. Whatever
Mm-hmm.
duty or chase is duty or chase, like that I was.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, thank you, Matan Chapter, whoever under to me also. Thank you, Chapter. Then the reaction I was differently experiencing when
Mm-hmm.
before ISKCON ఇప్పటికి కొంచెం డిఫరెన్స్ అయితే my behavior have changed, Prabhu. Even some people
Okay.
are bothering when not in the chapter, but still I'm thankful some people like a చిన్న పని చేసేవాళ్ళు ఎవరికైనా. So
Okay.
I've understood the difference by saying the thank you or taking or talking the soft words with
Mm-hmm.
them in anger. First of all, I'm controlled. So the sorry, okay, జరుగుతుంది, okay, for human beings, okay, mistakes, okay, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm accepting the mistakes and I'm going ahead. And also for good or bad, it's okay. Once it's okay. If anything bad also okay. If human beings జరుగుతుంది, it's okay. So like that, I'm thankful for all the people who are around me, in and around
Okay.
me, Prabhu.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Yes, Himanshu Dikshit Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam Prabhu.
Prabhuji, what I'm trying to imbibe in me and practice is, as you said, attitude of gratitude. So basically, when things happen as per what I want, it
Mm.
is great. It is Krishna's mercy.
Correct.
And when it doesn't happen as per what I thought, it's again I'm thankful to Krishna because that is Krishna's plan for me, and that
Mm.
is basically nothing but my previous karmas that is coming playing. So what I think, whatever money I'm earning, is not me that I'm earning. It is what Krishna is,
Mm.
helping me do that. Because
Correct.
as we always see in office, people doing same work, and somebody gets recognized, somebody
Mm.
doesn't get recognized. We always see people that, oh, we feel, oh, he doesn't know anything, but he has got promotion or he has got salary hike. So why, how? It's so what
Mm.
I have understood is, okay, that is his previous life's karma that he's getting. So that helps in not getting any kind of negativity around, any kind of bad thoughts, and
Mm.
helps in being in the mindset of Krishna consciousness. That's what I am trying, Prabhu.
Hari Hari Bol. Very nice,
Prabhu.
very profound. So, anyone else would like to share? Maybe any Matajis or Prabhujis? Yes, Anuradha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavata Pranam Mataji, Hare Krishna.
So, Hare Krishna. So I keep reminding myself about prayers of Kunti Maharani, how she requested Krishna to put her in problems every time so that
Hmm.
she gets an opportunity to remember Krishna every time. So keeping Kunti Maharani in picture, even I keep thanking Krishna for putting me in all kinds of situations and uh, making me remember Krishna constantly. So I was not the person who I am today, but Krishna has given me certain situations due to which I feel more closer to Krishna. So I really thank Krishna for all the situations, circumstances he has been putting me since the beginning of pandemic, and how we got connected to Gita Sadhaka, and how we are progressing on the path of Krishna consciousness. So yes, trying to practice gratitude, not totally into it, but still
Hmm.
कोशिश
Okay.
जारी है.
Koshish jari hai. Very nice, Mataji. Yeah, we have to keep practicing, and then definitely, as everyone has shared, so we will see the grace of the God in our life so much that we stop complaining, we stop blaming, we start understanding that whatever we are getting is what we deserve. Okay, Krishna is, or God, or any force is not depriving us from something that we deserve. Right? ऐसा बहुत बार लगता है ना कि many times we feel that, you know, I should have got that, I deserve this, but still it has not come. No, if it has not come to you, that means you don't deserve this. Either you deserve less than what you wanted, or more than what you have always dreamt of. So we doesn't know what we actually deserve, but only Krishna knows what we deserve, because he is seated in our heart, Sarvasya Chaham Riddhi Sannivishto. And as Tanupriya Mataji said, we have to have a faith that he is Suhrudam Sarva Bhutana, right? And these words are said by Krishna himself, right? If someone would have said, like, you know, God is the well wisher of everyone, he is the friend of all living beings, we may doubt. But God actually telling about himself that, you know, I am the friend and well wisher of everyone. So we should have a faith that, okay, he is seated in our heart. That means he is tracking everything, what we are thinking, what we are wanting, what is our attitude, what are our inclinations, what are the impressions that we bought from the past karma and all together he has the information. And second thing, he is the well wisher. So in general, if we see, let us say, if someone is there outside in the world who knows everything about you, okay, he knows your bank account, he knows what you are thinking, he knows all your plans and all, right? So if someone knows everything about us, then generally, do we feel secured or insecure?
Insecure, Prabhuji.
Of course, insecure, Prabhu.
Insecure, right? Why? Because he may actually play with all that he knows, right? If he knows my secrets and all, he may blackmail me, he may try to trap me. So because we don't believe that the other person is a well-wisher, so it is not only important that the person knows everything, but that person who knows everything has to be a well-wisher. Then only we feel secured. So Krishna is that. Okay, he is Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Okay, and he's seated in everyone's heart. That means he is powerful, he has all the information, and above all, he is a well-wisher. So that is why we feel secured. Okay, Krishna knows. So whatever he is giving to me, fine. Maybe that is the only thing that is required now. Whatever more I thought I should have may come later or may not be required. Because if I ask you a simple question, if from childhood, whatever you thought, if that would have happened in reality, what do you think? How your life would be? Happy or miserable?
Happy.
Happy. Okay. So हमें any other opinion? Any others have? बचपन से आपने जो सोचा बस वही होता, राइट? जो आपकी इच्छा होती वही पूर्ण होती। तो आपको क्या लगता है, लाइफ अच्छी होती है या बुरी होती?
It would be bad, Prabhuji. Yeah. Like usually when kids fight, right? They
Hmm.
used to be like, okay, you go fall down. Something we tell that, right? If that happens, like the kid would really get hurt, right? So it's
Yeah, exactly. Isn't it? When we are angry, we wanted to hurt everyone who comes in front of us. and we have ill desires for others. If we get insulted, sometimes, if we get humiliated in public and all, then we may get so much anger that we want the other person who has actually humiliated us should actually get ruined, right? So if everything that would have desired, if that would have become a reality, then actually this world doesn't exist, because some terrorist or some extremist may want this world to end, right? Sometimes we hear the news about 99 के बाद 1999 के बाद दुनिया खत्म होने वाली है, or some predictions will come, like the asteroid will come and actually hit the earth, everything will be collapsed and all. I mean, have you heard these predictions, at least in your childhood or something?
Yeah, in
Yes, Prabhu.
2012,
Y2K and something computer.
Y2K and all. And
Yeah.
2012.
2012
December
yeah,
world
12,
will
I
end.
would
There
say,
was this saying
2020.
like
yeah,
that.
right. So those people who had exams during that time and who has not prepared, they were expecting कि ये जो पूरा होने वाला नहीं अभी होना चाहिए so that I can get escape from my exams and all. And I have a friend who had a senior friend uh, during his 10th exams. It was like Y2K issue was there and some predictions were there, so he has not prepared for his exams and he failed. Okay, so some people take some predictions to so extreme, they actually don't think so much logically कि दुनिया डूब जाएगी तो ठीक है, लेकिन दुनिया नहीं डूबी तो तुम तो डूब ही जाओगे ना, अगर पढ़ाई नहीं करोगे तो, right? So we have wild desires, right? So we wanted the world to end, we wanted this person to do like that and all. So all those desires are not fulfilled. Because of that, there is some level of order and harmony still exist in our life. So this thing is called as maturity. That means if everything that I desire, if that happens, then it is not maturity. When the things go wrong, when the things go not as planned, still I can maintain my calm and I can have my faith on Krishna, then that is called maturity. So in Hindi or Telugu, we say paripakvata. That means maturity means to be calm and composed and maintain the same enthusiasm and faith. So that means results are not changing anything inside me. Okay, outside the results may change. If I succeed, okay, some externals may change, but internally my faith will not change. Okay, either it will become stronger, but nothing can actually touch my faith. So this is the maturity which we all should expect in our life. And to have that maturity, we need to practice gratitude. Okay, now many times we see, like people, when they achieve something very big, they go on stage and they will tell, I dedicate all this. Okay, I actually give all my success to my parents or my friends who helped, my investors and all and all. But how many of us in our life will get such opportunities where we'll go on a stage and share all this? How often do you think we will get? Once, twice, thrice, or maybe for many of us, we may never get that chance, right? So gratitude is not something which we have to practice or share only when we achieve something very great. Okay, gratitude can be for all the small things also, because gratitude is not some expression which has to be given only when we achieve something extraordinary, but even when the ordinary things happen, we can be grateful. So Chaitanya Charan Prabhu says we cannot be grateful for all situations, but we can be grateful in all situations. So I'll repeat, we can be grateful, we cannot be grateful for all the situations, but we can be grateful in all the situations. Things go wrong in our life. We cannot be grateful for those things. But when those things go wrong in our life, when we are actually going through that, that time also we can practice gratitude, right? So if something happens very wrong, very bad in our life, we cannot say that, okay, thank you God for letting this happen. We cannot say like that. We are not so matured like Kunti Maharani, right? But during that time also, we can look at the things which are still good, right? So let us say if you met with an accident, okay, and you just broke your hand. Okay. So this is a very harsh word, right? You just broke your hand. How can you say like this? Broke my hand is like, all my life has collapsed, isn't it? So if you broke your hand, then a person who has gratitude, what he will think? What he will think?
That he at least survived the accident.
That he at least
Yes,
survived,
right.
right? He would have died in that accident, but only hand got broken. But if the person who has only complaints in his life, then what he will say? Can say anything, no? अरे गरीबी में आटा गीला. Already I'm going through so many problems. अब ये थोड़ी ना कम थी problem, right? So because of that, what will happen? He actually doesn't see any improvement in his life, right? The negative things will keep attracting the negative things, and more than the things that that happens in our life, the more we think about them in a negative way, that will actually increase our pain, right? For example, let us say you have planned for an yatra. Okay, so you have booked the tickets, everything was set, but just a day before the yatra you got a flu. Okay, some viral fever or something where a doctor said you should not go out. And because we are going through this pandemic or post pandemic situation, so anything virus means, actually people will only say like tum mat aao, rest lo, because you are already ill, but at least we will stay healthy. Okay, so let us say something happened like that. Now how will be the situation? First thing, you will have body pains or something related to that flu or viral fever. But above that, what your mind will say? Any guesses?
You're so ill-fated one. You're so fallen soul that even you can't go visit a dam.
Right. So
But
unfortunate. Krishna don't want you to visit
Krishna.
Dham.
Well, I think Krishna has some other plan better than this.
Okay.
No, no, Prabhuji, what I think is,
Uh,
Haribol
yes,
Prabhuji,
Prabhu.
Satish here.
Yes, Satish Prabhu.
Prabhuji, what I think is, जो
Mm,
होता है, I
mm,
mean from the childhood I think,
mm.
जो होता है भगवान के मर्जी से होता है,
Good.
and this is God will maybe.
Correct.
शायद मैं गया तो इधर कुछ होने टल
Mm,
जाएगा या उधर कुछ होने से टल जाएगा, तो
right.
it is better we leave it to God.
Correct.
मतलब थोड़ा दुख होता है लेकिन
Mm,
भगवान के ऊपर रखने से दुख कम
mm.
होता है, what I feel,
Exactly. Right. But
my
let us say आपके जिंदगी में भगवान है ही नहीं. That means you are not conscious of God.
okay.
Then what about that person?
We'll blame our fate.
Prabhuji, we
Hmm?
wouldn't even
We'll
visit dam,
blame our
right?
fate, Prabhu.
Yeah. Like
Right?
let us say it is not a Dham Yatra, but it is a vacation to Goa or Bangkok or
Then he
something.
will think about logic. Simple.
He
He'll
will
think
think
about
he's
logic.
unlucky, Prabhuji.
Uh,
Unlucky.
he-
I
Yeah.
It's
don't
just
deserve to get this.
different from
Something
you.
like that.
Mataji, when people don't
Mm,
when people don't believe in God, then they
mm.
don't believe in luck. I believe
Okay.
they
Let us
believe
say
they
that is
believe
one
only
opinion.
in logic. They believe only in logic. अगर नहीं
Okay.
हुआ तो ये कुछ
Mm,
कुछ भी डिले कुछ भी हो सकता है, लेकिन
mm.
वो कुछ भी हो सकता है, बोलने को बहुत कुछ बोल सकते हैं, लेकिन
Yeah.
भगवान के ऊपर
Something.
जिसका भरोसा नहीं होता है उसके
We
दिमाग
might
में
put
क्या
some
चलता है
logic.
वो बोल नहीं सकते. जो
Okay.
भगवान पे भरोसा करता है उसके ऊपर अपन लॉजिक सोच सकते हैं, लेकिन
Correct.
जो नहीं करता है उसके ऊपर नहीं सोच सकते, लक भी नहीं बोल सकते माता जी, माई थिंक.
Okay, fine. So some people may think unlucky. Some people may put some logic. Some people who are devoted, they may say like Lord ki marzi. But
हाँ हाँ.
let us say if someone has not developed that maturity, okay, to handle the failures or reversals of life, then more than the pain of the body, the mind will start torturing him. How? It will start giving the ideas like, those who are actually going on that vacation, oh, they might be enjoying. And I am sitting here and just fallen sick, right? So it's very bad. लास्ट टाइम भी मैंने ऐसे ही प्लान किया था, ऐसे ही कैंसिल हुआ. हमेशा मेरे साथ ऐसे ही होता है. मैं एक्चुअली कितने दिनों से प्लान कर रहा था. फ्रॉम हाउ लॉन्ग आई वाज जस्ट प्लानिंग दैट द डे विल कम, द डे विल कम, एंड सी आई एम सिटिंग ओवर हियर. So it depends on the person who has developed his mental condition over a period of time. That reversal will have a different impact. So when we have gratitude, And when we have this maturity, what will happen? The resentment that, we are feeling bad because we are not going. On top of that, our mind is telling so many things to keep us more depressed. So what will happen? This resentment will actually create more pain than the actual pain, right? So what gratitude can give us? It gives us a relief from resentment. जैसे सतीश प्रभु told, like, fine, अभी maybe वहां जाने से शायद और बड़ा होता, and God has actually, wanted me to stay here so that I can be safe. The other Mataji told, like, maybe Krishna has some better plans. So what is
But
doing? On the bodily level, we have the pain, but we are able to avoid the suffering that will get caused by the resentment. So the first rule of gratitude, what we can experience is that we are free from the resentment. We are not blaming, we are not complaining. And what we are doing, we are just focusing on how to get better. In the healing therapies, what they say is the person who has resentment will have a very low healing power, right? Many people who actually get diagnosed with terminal diseases. So there are great doctors who say that, there are only two kinds of patients with the terminal diseases. They say the one who want to live and who has faith that, he can survive, and the other who doesn't have. So many people who are like, optimistic, and they are like, they see a future beyond this terminal disease, they can actually heal themselves better. But those who get sink into the disease, oh, see, I'm so unfortunate, this has to happen, and all that kind of complaining, blaming, and just negative attitude, they actually reduce the healing power. Okay, so gratitude actually frees us from resentment, it increases our healing power. And second thing, when we are free from the resentment, our behavior towards other people also nourishes, right? मान लो आप खुद frustrated हो, you are frustrated because you could not go, how you will behave with others, right? For all of them you will show Vishwarupa.
चिड़ चिड़चिड़ चिड़चिड़ चिड़चिड़
चिड़चिड़ करते
चिड़चिड़
रहेंगे,
चिड़चिड़ चिड़चिड़
राइट? बस 2 घंटे मेरे पास मत आना, वरना पता नहीं मैं क्या कर दूंगा, right? And especially let us say for that trip you have paid around 1 lakh of rupees, and there is no refund which is going to come. एक तो एंजॉयमेंट गया, दूसरा पैसा गया, और ऊपर से ये फ्लू का खर्चा. So all of these things look so big that actually they make us forget all the good things that are already there in our life. So what resentment does, or the absence of gratitude does, it covers all the good things in our life. Actually जब हमारे साथ बुरा होता है, when something goes wrong in our life and we face the reversals, that is the time we have to look at what is still good there in our life. But we actually do the reverse. Whenever something bad happens, we will connect all the bad things in our life, right? Rather than actually isolating that bad thing and thinking about the good things, we actually collect all the bad things that has happened in our life, and we give some different conclusions which are not empowering. So when we practice gratitude on every day in all the situations, what will happen? We will be alert and aware that things will go wrong in our life. Okay, we cannot expect all the things will go as planned, but still we will stay composed. See, let us say you are driving, okay, and suddenly a pothole comes and you take a bump. How you'll be the feeling? How will be the feeling? You'll feel bad, isn't it? अरे यार, ये इंडियन रोड्स एंड ऑल ना कभी ठीक नहीं होते, एक बारिश होती है सब रोज निकल जाते हैं, राइट? But let us say you're traveling on that same road every day. Do you expect that bump or not? You expect that bump, and when it
we be
comes,
prepared we be
you'll be
prepared
prepared. So
move away
that,
from yes
yeah, either you move away, if you think it is unavoidable, at least you'll slow down and you'll
slow
try
down
to minimize the damage, right? So when you are prepared, then the damage is less and you're not frustrated also. But when you're not prepared, then the damage will be more and it may create further damage also. So gratitude, what it says is be prepared that things will go wrong in your life. But in spite of that, there will be a lot of things which will remain good. Just like we take an example, when your hand is broken, your hand has a damage. but still rest of the body is there, and that can actually heal your hand and you can get back to the normal position again, maybe in couple of months or weeks. So the resentment actually not only aggravates our damage, but it actually covers all the good things that are still there with us, right? When a soldier goes for a war, he always is, he stays aware about what all resources available to escape from that situation, right? To counteract the enemy, what all resources are available, he'll always be aware of it, right? So similarly, we have to be aware about what all resources are still left in our life, right? So I'm talking all these things, and some people may ask, like, do you think it is easy, right? So if it is easy, why we have to have a class on that, right? All of you might be the masters of the gratitude, masters of all the virtues, isn't it? So it is not easy, but every day if you practice, you'll not experience any difficulty also. If you have to practice difficulties, sorry, gratitude only when the things go wrong, then that time it will be very, very difficult. We may not be able to practice also, right? So just like if you had to, lift a weight of 100 kgs all of a sudden, then your back may get broke or something injury may happen. But if you are lifting the weights on everyday basis, 1 kgs, 2 kgs, and you are increasing to that weight, when the time comes when you have to lift the 100 kgs, at least you will be prepared to lift, and at least the damage will be less. So what gratitude does, it actually increases your mental muscles, so that when the bad things happens in your life, it will safeguard you, right? Just like a, what we say, the, what we have in cars when the accident comes, and
Airbags.
Airbag.
airbags, right?
Airbag.
So airbags may not stop the damage to the car, but they can stop the damage to the person, right? बहुत बार ऐसे होता है, many people also say or claim by their car and all, like, crush हो गया पूरा गाड़ी, the whole vehicle was crushed, but the person inside is scratch proof also, right? So the gratitude is like a airbag, okay? So it may not protect you always from the damage. Okay, just because I am grateful, can I say that the wrong things will not happen in my life? No, the wrong things will still happen, but you will not get suffering as much as you can get if you do not practice gratitude, right? So now, okay, we are talking about gratitude, but I feel like, मेरे लाइफ में ऐसा कुछ है ही नहीं अच्छा कि I can feel gratitude for. Some people are like, they are frustrated with their life. They see like, मेरे पास तो कुछ अच्छा ही नहीं है, सब सब मेरे साथ गलत ही हो रहा है, or everything went wrong only in my life. So if someone says like this, will you believe? If someone says to you, everything has gone wrong in my life, there is nothing right in my life, then will you
No
believe it?
Prabhuji. No.
No, no, Prabhuji.
Okay.
No. No.
Why you don't believe? हो सकता है ना सच?
Every person's have ups and downs.
Every
मतलब
person. Hmm.
मतलब
Prabhu,
see,
every life is a roller coaster. Some good will be there, bad will be there. But we
Okay.
don't recognize good.
Hmm.
He's
Only
still alive,
we
no
see in a
Prabhuji.
microscope.
Okay.
Bad one.
Yeah.
Prabhu, if
Maybe one by
everything is
one. Yeah.
going wrong,
Mm-hmm.
like even his breath should go wrong, right? So Krishna is protecting him there also, right? Every
Ah.
breath he's taking, he breathes only oxygen, and everything he sees through eyes itself, right? His eyes
Hmm.
is not blocked, and
Right.
his heart is pumping, so he
Correct.
can listen things, right? So that is
Hmm.
not going wrong.
Yeah.
Every person's
That's
life
true.
ups and downs.
Every person's have lives and life ups and down. Right. True.
Ups and
Also, he should see,
Hmm.
he should, if he wants to compare, he should see with people,
Hmm.
see people who do not have limbs, hands, have got diseases and all that. So
Hmm.
person should see how merciful is Krishna,
Hmm.
that he has all these things and Krishna is giving him an opportunity to correct these things. So if somebody is in Krishna consciousness,
Hmm.
he or she should not have this, or at least have this thought that whatever is happening,
Hmm.
Krishna is still merciful,
Hmm.
and at least these things have not happened with me.
Absolutely. Yes, Kritika Mataji, you want to say something?
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji,
Yeah.
if all things are going wrong, right, that could be, we can think like this also, like
Hmm.
what karma I have done in my previous birth, like how much I have caused
Hmm.
hurt to someone. In spite of Krishna protecting, and Krishna is letting this small things happen to me and protecting in a larger scale, like which I might not understand right now. Like as Tanu Mataji said, like I am breathing right now. So I can try to regret and I can try to seek forgiveness for whatever I could have done in my previous birth. So that could also reduce the intensity.
Okay. So yes, Bindu Mataji, you wanted to say something? Unmute.
Yeah. Prabhuji, in a material platform, we think that in Hindi they said, कुछ बुरा होता है तो भगवान याद होता है. If anything good happens, जिंदगी कैसा जीना वैसा ही जीना मिलता. We'll feel that if anything good happens. So in spiritual is completely we should be a medium. Whatever it happens, good. Okay, Krishna makes it happen. If it is bad, okay, something is going to waiting for me with good in future. So in spiritual platform, I have to think like that.
Yeah. Yes, Satish Prabhu, what you would like to say? If someone says, "Sab galat ho raha hai mere life."
Yeah, that's what. When you say मेरे साथ, somebody says मेरे साथ सब गलती हो रहा है, कोई अच्छा चीज नहीं हो रहा है, then it could be like Ekta Kapoor serial. That's all. Because there is no one in human life उसके साथ कभी गलती होता रहता है. मतलब see, वो प्रेडेट कर रहा है, अपने को सच नहीं बता रहा है, we don't know, but he feels like our own brother or own sister, we are seeing them, then we can trust them in such case. But otherwise I don't think that God is so harsh that God never gives punishment after punishment after punishment, because God is there like father of us. गलत किया तो पनिश करेंगे, लेकिन हर दिन हर घंटा थोड़ी ना करेंगे.
Yeah,
so I don't think in that way. But अगर दूर का बंदा है तो झूठ बोल रहा है, पास के बंदे हैं सच्ची बोल रहे हैं, तो भी अपन उसको दिलासा देना कि ऐसा नहीं सोचना, अच्छा होने वाला है. That's what I can say. I can say in this way.
Very true. Very true. So actually, this is logically whatever we are saying true. Okay, that no one can have a life which is only full of all the wrong or bad things or the reversals. And as we all know that there will be ups and downs, life is a roller coaster. So then from where that person is able to say these words, मतलब ऐसा कैसे कह सकता है, मतलब logically we understood that this cannot be possible, then why someone says this?
Because he's not in Krishna conscious, Prabhu.
Okay, he is not in Krishna consciousness.
Because we are all from
And no
spiritual
gratitude.
world. They are all from spiritual world.
No.
They have judgmental attitude, Prabhuji.
They have judgmental attitude. Okay. So someone said because they are not Krishna conscious. Okay. So actually, when emotions comes, okay, our logic shuts. Right? This happens most of the times. What do you think that Dhritarashtra doesn't know that logically what is right?
He knew, Prabhuji.
He knew.
He knew. Emotionally.
So where his logic has gone? His logic.
Prabhuji, can you come again, please? Can you please come again?
So Dhritarashtra, don't you think that logically he knows what is the right thing to do?
Of course, you know, right?
Yeah. So where his logic has gone?
Love on the sun.
Emotional covered.
Maya, Prabhuji, Maya.
Covered.
Exactly.
Love on the sun. Love on the sun.
Love on the sun. So
Always,
attachment.
Always.
Exactly.
I
So
saw
what
that
happens
Mahabharata
is
so many times. It could be easily stopped in so many ways, but it has to be done. भगवान लिखा वैसा होना है, तो धृतराष्ट्र क्या करेगा?
Absolutely. So when emotions comes into the picture, the logic shuts. The stronger the emotion or attachment is, the weaker will be the logic. So what gratitude or Krishna consciousness teaches us, that have a balance between your emotions and logics. If you become too much logical, you will hurt people. जैसे कोई आके आपको बोल रहा है कि यार मेरे जिंदगी में सब गलत हो रहा है, we cannot say that you are lying, right? Because if you say that you are lying, the person will close his doors for your counseling, right? So we have to understand that he is emotionally so much tormented as of now that he is not able to see anything good, right? So if you are too emotional, what will happen? The person is saying, यार मेरे life में सब कुछ गलत हो रहा है, and you will add some more. यार actually मेरे life में भी सब कुछ गलत हो रहा है, right? So what will happen, rather than helping that person, we will also join his party. So if you are too emotional, we'll join his party, both will get ruined. And if you are only logical, no emotions, then what will happen? He'll hurt that person. यार एक तो मैं पहले से दुखी हूँ, and you are giving me all this philosophy. I don't want anything. I want a solution. उसको आप solution देने का ही try कर रहे हो, फिर भी he will say like, don't talk all this. Please give me solution. So this happens. Now what we have to do when we are Krishna conscious, when we are practicing gratitude, we understand that logically things may go wrong, right? But emotionally also we should have that balance, so that when things go wrong, we should know what is good, and accordingly we can change our behavior. So Krishna consciousness is all about balancing, right? It doesn't say that give up material life, take up spiritual life. No, it says balance your material and spiritual life, so that your material goals can also be achieved, spiritual goals can also be achieved. Have a balance between the logical thinking and emotional thinking, so that you can help people by using your logic and emotions. If a devotee doesn't have emotions, then he cannot help anyone, right? Imagine that if I don't have emotions, or if Srila Prabhupada has no emotions, why he will go out of Vrindavan to preach in a Western country where neither the people are favorable nor the weather is favorable, right? So many thought logically and told Srila Prabhupada, please don't go to the West. It is very cold. You are very old. You may die over there. And if you die in a land where everyone is enjoying sense gratification, there is no sacred land over there. But if you die in Vrindavan, you can go back home, back to Godhead. But Srila Prabhupada is a person who is practicing all the virtues. And one of the virtues which he was practicing is like gratitude. A great devotee is always grateful of what he has received from the Supreme Lord. And when the gratitude is there, two things will happen. He will accept his situation, and second, he will share all the gifts that he has or he has got from the God. So when we talk about gratitude, it is not only about acceptance or understanding ourselves or pacifying ourselves, but actually sharing that same with others. So what Srila Prabhupada has done, he thought like he has got this Krishna Bhakti and he has got the instruction. Having a guru in life itself is a big thing, right? Getting an instruction from is a big thing. So let me work on that. Are the resources available? I don't have enough resources, but as I move on, the resources will come. So like that, he has actually balanced the logic and emotions, and he has expressed his gratitude by giving Krishna Bhakti to all, right? There are many problems in the world. You know, many people doesn't have all the physical limbs or the organs and all. There are many situations where many people are going through financial crisis. There are many people who go through all the biological crisis, financial crisis, relationship crisis. But out of them also, we can compare our life and still we can see so many wonderful things that we have. And apart from that, so this is called as horizontal, right? And apart from that, we have to look something called as vertical gratitude. That is seeing that what God has given me, and let me share that with all of them, right? So when we talk about gratitude, we have to have this two way of understanding. One is horizontal way, like looking at others who are deprived of what we have. किसी के पास पैर नहीं है, हाथ नहीं है. Okay, we can compare and we can say that, okay, fine, I am actually far better. But this is not enough, because morally you may show gratitude in this way, you may feel gratitude, but actually devotionally भी देखना चाहिए. Okay, I am better than others, but what is the reason that I am better than others? And if I have that reason, can I share that same thing with others? So a devotee, when he practices gratitude, it is not a normal virtue, right? Okay, just like, you know, truthfulness or honesty, it is not a simple virtue that a devotee follows. A devotee follows this virtue in a Krishna conscious way, where he actually shares the Krishna bhakti with all. So when we take all these things from Krishna, when we take all these things from the preachers and all, what we have to do, we have to share with all. And that's how we can practice gratitude. So at one level, we accept that Krishna has given me so many things. Krishna is already knowing everything, and Krishna is helping me no matter how many things are wrong in my life. And the second is I'm going to share this consciousness with others. Imagine, आपको जितनी maturity है, all the things that you know, if you share with 10 people and ask those 10 people to share with 10 people each, so do you think that all will practice gratitude?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
No,
Truly?
Prabhu, material platform, no.
Eventually, the at least mass number of people will get it.
Right. So let us take few examples from the scriptures of who has practiced gratitude. So this will be the last part of our class. So in next 5 to 10 minutes, I'll complete. Then whatever questions you have, we will take. Okay, of course, gratitude is a very big subject. I'm trying to put some points from here and there so that I can give you some understanding. Many of you already know what it is and all, but I just wanted to nourish that understanding and enrich that with some examples. So how many of you heard about Lord Ram?
Me, everyone. By the way,
All of
everyone,
us,
sir.
Prabhuji.
Everyone.
Right?
Ram sabka pyara.
Ram sabka pyara. Actually, no one is there who can complain about Lord Rama. Only few idiots who might say like Lord Ram should have done like this, should have done like that. Okay. But apart from that, Ram is a very loving personality. And it is being said that after Krishna, the closest, sweetest personality of God is Lord Rama. Because just like Krishna has rich in all the relationships, all the rasas, Lord Rama also has many rasas. So Lord Ram is known as Maryada Purushottam, right? The ideal person, okay, who has done everything so perfectly. You cannot say like, he has done this mistake or something. So Lord Ram shows gratitude, okay? So when Lakshmana actually hit by an arrow, okay, from the Ravana's army, I think Indrajit actually, I think, hits that arrow, right? So actually, Lakshmana loses his consciousness. Matlab, it is almost like he's, matlab, mare hue ke saman hai. He's like dead only, right? That time, Lord Ram actually remembers all the service that Lakshmana has did. And he says that I may get a wife like Sita, but I can never get a brother like you, O Lakshmana. So Lord Ram doesn't forget any service that we do to him. So Lakshmana has sacrificed his whole life and came to the forest. He was not entitled to come with Lord Ram. Only Lord Ram was banished. Okay, he was given this vanvas, but not Lakshman. But he chose to serve Lord Ram. Because of that, Lord Ram remembers. And after killing the Ravana, all the demigods, all the Devi and Devatas will come, and actually they shower flowers on Lord Ram, and they actually do all the Jai Jaikar, and they tell that you are the supreme personality of Godhead, you are the God himself, and as usually you have actually killed the Ravana and relieved us from all the torture and pain that Ravana was causing us. So then when after hearing this, Lord Ram was doing Naralila. Okay, so he's acting like a human being. So then he says, actually, I am not the supreme personality of Godhead. I am just the Dashrath Nandan. I am the son of Dashrath. So then the Devi Devatas also understood, like, okay, Lord Ram is playing that role now. So we will also play our role. So they said, as we have appeared in front of you, the Devatas darshan should not go in vain. So please ask for some benedictions. So that time, Lord Ram could have asked anything. But he said, all these monkeys, the Vanaras, actually helped me in this journey. And many of them has lost their legs and hands, and many of them got injured. They left their life and they came to serve me. And I have not given anything to them. I am in the forest life, I am in this renounced life, so I have no opulences. So please give some opulences to them. And second, those who can be revived. Okay, please revive them, please heal them. So if someone has broken his hands or legs, so let them be revived in a normal health. So he doesn't ask anything for himself, but he asked for the Vanaras. And in the Devi Devtas, actually, Dashrath Maharaj also appears. And Dashratha is also appreciates Lord Ram. And he says, ask some benediction from me also. So in that time, Lord Ram says, actually, you have rejected your wife Kaikai because of she asked for these two boons, that I should not be given the throne and I should be sent to the forest. So because of that, actually, she is feeling very bad. Why? because when Dashrath Maharaj was alive, he was angry at Kaikeyi. Okay, and Kaikeyi was also in a mood that मैं कुछ सुनने वाली नहीं हूँ, मुझे जो चाहिए वो होना चाहिए. So Dashrath Maharaj says that, after these two benedictions which I promised to you, after that moment I will reject you as my wife. Okay, so I don't want to stay with you. Actually, she was the favorite wife, favorite queen. Okay, but he rejected. And when he was rejecting, she was like not feeling anything bad because वो अपने mood में ही थी, right? But after that, Dashrath Maharaj actually dies. He leaves the body. So when the person is alive, we can fight and we may not remember what wrong we have did. But when the person dies because of the pain that we give, then it becomes an unforgivable mistake. And all that Kaikai was, was desperate to get forgiveness from Dashrath Maharaj. Because when the person leaves, we come to our senses and we realize what mistake we did. So Kaikai also realized that, she has done a horrendous mistake of sending Lord Ram out of this Ayodhya. So she was actually getting ruined from inside because of that unforgiving mistake which she has done. So when Dashrath Maharaj appeared in front of her, in front of Lord Ram, then he said that please forgive Kaikeyi for anything that she has done wrong. Then Dashrath Maharaj says, I will forgive her. Everything has forgiven. And when Lord Rama reaches Ayodhya back, then the first moment he sees Kaikeyi and he says that Father has forgiven you. And that actually relieves Kaikeyi from a lot of pain and resentment that she has built because of she was remembering that this mistake she has done, it is unforgiving and it is very bad. So Lord Ram has asked for something to actually Kaikeyi also. So he was grateful, and he actually, when he was banished to this forest, that time he told, I considered my mother and you as on the same platform. And the love that you have given me, the love that my mother has given me, I never saw the difference. Okay. So for whatever she has done to Lord Ram actually shown gratitude by asking forgiveness behalf of her. So this is where Lord Ram, who is the supreme personality of Godhead, he actually demonstrates that we have to be grateful. When we take another example, when Krishna actually takes service, okay, from his devotees, but actually more than we serve to Krishna, Krishna himself gives back so much of service. Like what was the position he accepted in the Mahabharata Yuddha for Arjuna?
Driver,
Charity.
As a
Charity.
charioteer, right? So as I
Sarath,
already told
Sarath.
you, the Sarathi means the person who get kicks from the archer or the Maharathi who was actually riding that Ratha, right? Because he has to show the directions, he has to give the indications as he is fighting with hands. He cannot say like that, bhaiya idhar chalo, udhar chalo. He has to kick with his legs to indicate. So that position Krishna has accepted. And when the Rajasuya Yajna was happening, that time he was taking the service of washing the feet of all the guests who are coming for that sabha. So washing the feet, we ourselves, when our parents say like, usko pani do pair dhone ke liye, we don't give it like, मैं क्यों दूं, right? And Krishna was personally washing the feet, right? So Krishna actually shows gratitude to his devotees, like, oh, you are serving me, and I want to also serve you, right? So that is why any great devotee, he never feels that he deserves something from Krishna. He always feels that I have taken so much from Krishna that I feel like whatever I do to Krishna, it won't be sufficient. And Krishna feels in the same way. Oh, this devotee has sacrificed so many things. So let me do something to him. So love means the person never feels that he deserves something or he should get something from the other person. The person always feels that I have to give something to him, right? So when Prabhupada was being asked, like, what do you mean by Krishna conscious? Okay, or how can I say that I am Krishna conscious? So then Prabhupada actually given multiple answers, okay, in multiple situations. But there was one situation where Prabhupada said, if you go in front of the deities, okay, if you come to Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan temple, then you will have the deities, Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan. And if you are standing in front of the deities, and if you observe, and if you feel like Krishna is asking, what are you doing to me? What are you doing for me? Then you feel that you are Krishna conscious. Okay? You are in front of the deities, and deities are asking you, what are you doing for me? So then you are Krishna conscious. If you are feeling in front of the deities and asking that Krishna, I am doing so much to you, I am chanting, I am listening to these classes, long, long classes, and all that struggle I'm doing, what are you doing to me, Krishna? Still my problems are same only. Right? You told like I have to read, you told like I have to hear, I have to chant, problems will go. But where all the problems are still there, right? So if you are asking like this, then you are not Krishna conscious. You are conscious of self only, right? So Krishna conscious means we are thinking what Krishna has given to me all the time, and we are thinking what I can give to Krishna, right? And the Krishna consciousness process is very simple. We need not borrow anything from outside to give to Krishna. Krishna says, whatever you have, you try to give that to me. If you don't have something, I don't expect that from you, right? Whatever you have, out of that, you give me something. That is loving reciprocation. When the Sudama has given the chipped rice, right? You all know the story, Sudama and Krishna. Always when the friendship day comes, we share this poster of Krishna and Sudama. Other days, whether
Yeah,
we
yeah,
follow it or
yeah.
not.
I know that story.
Yeah. So this chipped rice, or atkulu, or jo chuda
Poha,
bole ke
poha,
poha, right?
poha,
So
chuda. Yeah,
that poha he actually borrowed from someone else. Okay, he doesn't had it. Uske paas nahi tha, Sudama ke paas. He borrowed from someone else and he gave it to Krishna. And Krishna was thinking, actually Sudama has given me something which he doesn't have. Okay. Now to reciprocate, I should give him something which doesn't belong to me. But actually everything belongs to me only. So I can never repay the debt or the service of Sudama, because he has given something which he doesn't own, and I am not able to give him something which I doesn't own. Right? So Krishna thinks in this way. So the Lord Ramchandra and Krishna are thinking in this way, and we have to judge ourselves like how we are thinking, right? So all the great devotees see Krishna's grace as so much bright light that everything, when they ask for something, they feel like it is the darkness that they are giving, right? When we say Krishnadasa Kaviraja Goswami, who is the author of Chaitanya Charitamrita, okay, so he used to say like, I am so fallen, I am so patit, मैं इतना पतित हूँ, right? जो मल मूत्र में जो कीटाणु होते हैं, उनसे भी मैं पतित हूँ. I am actually the worse than the worm in the stool. Okay, so when he says this, is it mean that he's so fallen? If he's so fallen, how can he write Chaitanya Charitamrita? How can he become an associate of the Lord, right? But what he's saying is that he sees the Krishna's grace and gift so much colorful, lightful, so much vibrant, that he feels like his service is so meager that I am not doing anything to Krishna. He has written Chaitanya Charitamrita at the age of 90, and people are not able to do anything. That time he has authored this Chaitanya Charitamrita. So all these great devotees, what they teach us? They teach us that we can be grateful in all situations, because even there are things going wrong in our life, there are millions of things which are going right in our life. We may not be able to aware of it, but we still can adjust by thinking like, even to say that things are going in my life, as Mataji said, our speech has to be right. Just like now I have little throat infection. This is not my original voice, okay? And if I claim that my voice is my voice, then it should be available all the time. But now it is not available. That means it is also given by Krishna only, right? So everything is actually given by Krishna. Even to say that my life is actually worst, everything is going wrong, to say that also I have to be in a proper consciousness, I have to be sane. What I want to say, this vocal cords has to execute, and I should be able to hear my own words, and then the other person should be there to hear. So many things has to go right, even to say that everything is wrong in my life. Even to say that I don't exist, you have to exist. So What we do in Krishna consciousness, we expand our consciousness. We will start thinking everything from a devotional perspective. And because of that, practicing gratitude becomes easy. You tell to other people you practice gratitude and you be thankful to God, they cannot. Why? Because their consciousness is not God consciousness. They are not Krishna conscious yet. Before we tell them that you should be thankful to God, they should know what God is doing. Just like in the 15th chapter, we know a shloka, Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Deham Ashritaha Pranapana Samayuktaha Pachamanyam Chaturvidham. So I am the digestive fire, which is actually digesting all kinds of food stuff that you are taking inside. So if someone doesn't know it, then he will feel like, see my digestion system. See, I can eat anything, I can digest anything. So unless we tell them what Krishna is doing in their life, they cannot become grateful. So similarly, today, if we are grateful, we have heard, understood things. That is why we are able to be grateful. And this grateful attitude can go at any time. ऐसा नहीं है कि आज तक हम grateful है, कृतज्ञ है, तो कल भी रहेंगे. No guarantee. Because time can destroy anything. The kala, right? So that is why what we have to do, we have to practice gratitude. At the same time, we have to prayful that, Krishna, I want to practice gratitude. I want to do something for you. You have done so many things for me. So many things are wrong in my life, but there are millions of things which are right in my life. So I want to do something for you. So please help me to maintain this consciousness first. Then also help me with the intelligence and strength that is required to serve you. So with this, what we can do, we can maintain our attitude of gratitude. If you are not prayerful, we are confident about our own, it may go away. Okay, so we have to be practicing gratitude with prayerful attitude. Then our attitude of gratitude will sustain and we will persevere even when the things are going wrong in our life. And we will not attach our results to our advancement or grace of the God. अगर मेरी लाइफ में चीजें ठीक हो रही है तो भगवान की कृपा है, ऐसे जजमेंट मैं नहीं लगाऊंगा. Okay, things may go wrong, but God is still there. God knows everything. Wrong or right, I will not judge. I will simply keep my faith in Krishna and I will continue like this. So this way we can actually practice our Krishna consciousness in a simpler and happier way. What Srila Prabhupada says, chant and
Be happy.
Be
Be
happy.
happy. Chant
be
and be
happy, right? So Prabhupada says, chant and be happy. Yani dono karo, right? So through chanting, you may become happy, you may not become happy, but you have to chant and be happy at the same time, right? And then Krishna conscious, let us say if you are not happy, okay, if you tell others about Krishna consciousness, what they will say?
बस
पहले आप
did you
सुधारो, बाद में
agree?
देख लेंगे. पहले सुधारो.
Right?
ये खुद खुश नहीं है, दूसरों को क्या खुशी के
क्या
बारे में
खुशी देगा?
बोलेगी.
एग्जैक्टली exactly. अच्छा, कृष्ण कॉन्शियसनेस से खुश हो जाते हैं तो तू क्यों नहीं हुआ? Right?
Right, right.
So when we'll become happy, when we are practicing gratitude, we'll know like यार बहुत अच्छी चीजें चल रही है मेरी लाइफ में, राइट? तभी मैं खुश हो पाऊंगा, तभी जाके मैं बोलूंगा, देन अदर्स विल आल्सो बिकम हैप्पी. सो वी आर द प्रोडक्ट ऑफ कृष्ण कॉन्शियसनेस. हमको दिखाना चाहिए, सी द ग्रेट डिवोटीज, एग्जांपल्स ले सकते हैं, बट आवर फ्रेंड्स एंड रिलेटिव्स will not believe if I tell about the Goswamis, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Krishnadasa Kaviraja Goswami, Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj and all. They may feel inspired for some time, but for them, who will become a greatest marketing product to take up Krishna consciousness?
We
us.
ourselves.
We
Yeah.
ourselves, right? So people doesn't care who great devotees are there in ISKCON. They will see like, तुम्हारा क्या चल रहा है? Because I know only you, right?
Right.
That is why we have a responsibility to be happy, not like ऐसे ही हम acting कर रहे हैं. Acting कितने दिन करेंगे? We cannot laugh, isn't it? But if you want to sustain our smile, inside also something has to happen good, right? So that is why gratitude is a very, 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 very important topic. More than what all we spoke, more than whatever we understood, it is a greater topic, right? I'll tell you personally, because of gratitude and forgiveness, which we may talk in the further sessions also, These two things actually sustained me for a very long time. Otherwise, I would have done something very, very wrong with myself and others also. So gratitude has saved many people and it will save people.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Your voice is not audible, Prabhuji.
Is it so with all the people?
It's
In
clear,
between we
Prabhuji.
missed,
In
in
between,
between we
we
missed one line, Prabhuji.
Okay. So I was telling
Clear.
that, okay, clear, fine.
Now it
So,
is fine.
okay. So I was telling that because of forgiveness and gratitude, I was able to sustain for a very long time. Otherwise, I would have done something wrong with myself and the people around me. Okay. So that is why gratitude is very powerful. Even if you start slowly, okay, think about small things also. If you get up in the morning, you can say, like, okay, I'm at least alive. Many people who sleep don't get up in the morning, right? If I am opening my eyes without any body pain, then still you are far ahead than many people, right? And if you are opening your eyes and if you have someone to wish, that means you are not an orphan. You have a family, you have people whom you are living with. If you are able to get up, get ready, and go somewhere to work, that means you have a source of income. You have a work. Many people are going jobless. If you are going there, able to work with all your organs, still you are happy. You should be happy because many cannot. Many are physically handicapped and all. If you are able to eat your food, many people, 1 out of 9 people goes to bed being hungry. So if you are able to have food on your table, you can be thankful. And if you are able to understand all these things which we are discussing with patience, without distractions, without thinking like when it will end, then that also is a greatest gift, because we are talking about improvement in our life. And when we talk about improvement, our mind doesn't want it, right? And if you are still able to continue, then you are actually fortunate. So like this, we have to do a micro analysis of what is good in my life. Then what will happen? Our life will become only filled with all the blessings, not the blaming or the disguised things which are actually tormenting us, torturing us, or complaining us, and all the things. Our life is filled with blessings, but we have to count our blessings so that our life can count in Krishna consciousness, in the service of Krishna. So this is what I wanted to share. And if you have any other questions or something which we can take up. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hari
Hare
Bol
Krishna
Prabhuji,
Prabhuji,
Hari
Hari
Bol,
Bol, Hari
Hari
Hare
Bol.
Bol
Krishna
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji,
Hari
Hare
Bol,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Dandavat
Dandavat
Prabhuji,
Pranam.
Pranam.
Dandavat
Well, we
Pranam.
are very
So much.
grateful to you, Prabhuji. So that's the first point we can start right away in the class. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare
Thank you.
Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Grateful to hearing.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Shat Namak. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna,
Hari Bol
Mataji.
Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Yes, Bindu Mataji. Okay, before we take question, can we chant 3 times Hare Krishna together? Right?
Sure,
Yes.
Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Hare.
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare
Rama,
Ram.
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Yes, Bindu Mataji.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Last time we are listening and today completes different, Prabhuji.
Completely
And
full.
how many times we listen, something is adding in, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Hari Bol. Thank you. Okay, I want to ask a question based on Mataji's talk. How many of you feel that when you hear for the second time, you understand better or you understand new things or the deeper things?
New Prabhuji. New.
Many people have this experience. So why
Yeah,
you think
second
there is
time,
a
yes.
It's
Second
getting
time,
deep.
definitely you will definitely learn much better.
yeah,
And because the first time is just like some information is going in, and the second time it's like the information starts acting in your mind.
exactly. So have you ever seen any sponge which has, let us say, some cement over there? Let us say the sponge which is used in the construction. Okay. Some cement layer is there on that. Okay. How much water it can absorb? Very less than its own capacity, right? So when you clean up that sponge and you refine it, then it can actually absorb more water than what it was able to absorb earlier. So when we chant, okay, Prabhupada said, read my books, but he also said chant. He also said associate with devotees. He also said have prasadam. All of this, what they will do? They will do cheto darpana marjanam. That means the dust that is accumulated, okay, that has actually clogged or choked all our senses to grab the knowledge, that will actually get cleansed. And because of that, when you hear second time, third time, you'll get deeper understanding because you are able to absorb more. Many things are coming in. Earlier it was clogged, okay, it was choked. So what is happening? Because of some force, something was going inside, but now it has actually become so much that, many more things are coming. That is why never underestimate a repeated class, right? Even if someone is listening to Bhagavad Gita again and again, don't think that you are going to hear the same thing. That if you come up with the thought like, हाँ वही तो है, वही Arjun है, वही story है, same chapter, okay, this chapter, this and all, then you will miss out the deeper things. Okay. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Yes, any other question? Yes, Mataji. Deepa Mataji, you wanted to share?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavат Pranam.
Dandavats Pranam, Deepa
Pranam.
Mataji.
I can't express because of my language problem.
Okay, no issues, Mataji. Whatever language you are comfortable, you can express.
I am in Malayalam. I can't express it.
I think after
Malayalam, Mataji, we speak in Malayalam.
No, after you express in Malayalam, I think we are not able to express our response to what we heard in Malayalam.
That is why I am not talking.
Yeah. Okay. You
But
can express.
I have gratitude of hearing all this class. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, if you are learning all these things, then I think in future we also need a Malayalam preacher so that we can preach in Kerala or the Keralites who are living in Hyderabad or different cities.
Yes.
So
Yes.
please study well, chant well, hear well, prepare well.
Yes.
We need preachers like you. Hare
Yes,
Bol.
Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you,
Dandavats
Mataji.
Pranam. Dandavats
Dandavats
Pranam.
Because there was one recent article where they said that the rise of communism in Kerala is alarming rate. So they want very good preachers in Kerala.
Yeah, exactly.
Alarming, right? Because they are putting up statues of Lenin and Stalin and other people. They're worshipping them as God.
Yeah, it happens. In Ishopanishad, there will be a verse which talks about Sambhuti and Asambhuti. That means God and so-called God. So the results of worshipping God and the so-called God will be entirely different and sometimes counterproductive also. So these topics will come in that also, Ishopanishad. Maybe in future, after Gita Sadhaka 108 shlokas, we can take up Ishopanishad for the new SGR batches. Otherwise, after this 108 important shlokas, already we are into 15 chapter, no? So we'll have Ishopanishad. There we will discuss all these things in more detail.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Can I ask something which is not related to the class, Prabhu?
Okay. Is it related to Krishna consciousness?
Yes. It's about the Damodar Diya, Prabhu. Why is it 4237, Prabhu? Is there any specific reason for?
I have to find out, Mataji. I actually never got this question. My question was like, how many times I should rotate? But my question was not like why to rotate only this many times. But yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll ask someone.
Sure, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. So much inquisitiveness, huh?
Actually,
Nice.
every day I'm doing it, Prabhu. I'm just getting it up at 3:45 in the morning. I'm doing it. So I was just
Yeah.
got a thought of it, like why only this?
There must be some answer, Mataji.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
I'll try to find out. Please
yeah.
WhatsApp me this, huh?
Sure, Prabhu. Sure, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Yes, anyone else has any question? Okay. So if I take
Prabhuji, can I ask you something?
yes, Prabhu.
Maybe related to Krishna consciousness or maybe something else. But
Okay.
what I found very nice in your class was you don't give a full stop, you don't give a comma. You just continue continuously. There is a sentence, and in between we'll have to search for commas and full stops. How is it that you manage?
Actually, I feel like this is one of the problem. It may sound for others because I talk continuously. So I just wanted to ask that, like when I speak continuously, so does it go well, or you feel like overburdened, or you get lost or something?
No,
Your
the
class is
thing that's what I
fantastic,
said. Like
Prabhu.
probably where is that full
It
stop?
is
We'll have to search
flawless
for that full
actually.
Prabhu,
stop.
fantastic,
It goes with
Prabhu.
a comma and
No
comma and
comment.
comma. It's always a comma and never a full stop. That is
Yeah,
what.
no,
How do you
yeah.
manage that?
Actually, I have many things to share, Prabhu. Because 2 years back, like before 2021, from 2018 to 2021 was a time where I had no one to speak. Like I had many things to share, but no one to speak. No one was interested because I was a failure. I was a broke. So no one was interested to speak to me or listen from me and all. And I was just going through the books, videos, and the lectures and all. So almost in a month, more than 100 hours I used to hear the lectures. So when the opportunity came to speak in 2021, maybe it was like someone who is hungry from a very long time, right? If you give him food, he will eat without any full stop and without a comma, right? So similarly, maybe that is happening with me. So earlier my challenge was like, oh, how can I speak for 15 minutes or 5 minutes or half an hour? Now my challenge is how can I stop in half an hour? How can I stop in 1.5 hour also? So I have a concern like, okay, I'm speaking too much. Okay. So maybe it's because I have many things to share and I have a lot of concern for all of you actually. I feel like okay, जो मुझे मिला है ना वो सबको देना है and maybe I'm too much enthusiastic, that is why there are no full stops or comma, the words are flowing and flowing, and because our intention is noble, then the higher energies actually use us as an instrument. And definitely I have an enthusiasm and a concern and a desire to share. I have many things also stored to share, but beyond that, Krishna and Guru Parampara wanted me as an instrument to share this, and because of that energy also maybe this is happening, because there are many people who speak continuously, but speaking continuously and at the same time making sense, that actually happens only when the mercy is there. So the desire, some past impressions, an opportunity, and the mercy of the Lord, all of these things combined, this is happening. Okay, Prabhu?
Yeah. I mean, perfect. We hear a lot about motivational speakers. We hear about motivational writers, and
Yeah.
even writing also they come as an art. It's not that somebody can write very
Yeah.
easily. And even that also, I mean, writing also makes a lot of sense. Speaking
Correct.
also makes a lot of sense with connectivity.
Yeah.
Because you have to keep glued to that person, what he's trying to say, what is next, what is next, what is next.
Yeah.
So that kind of thing also, it's very few people have that kind of a
True.
because after a particular sentence, like it makes the connectivity, it has to be formed in the brain. And once it comes into the brain, and then it has to get transformed into the progress area, and then from the progress area comes to the tongue, and then
Yeah.
goes, like the connectivity that is there, it has to be formed so much.
True,
So the
Prabhu.
thought process through the talk process, so it takes a long time. But
Yeah.
then there are certain people who actually make a thought process into the speech. So that
Yeah,
is
Prabhu.
fantastic.
And it is actually called as Kripa Siddhi also, Prabhu. That I have not practiced so much to speak like this, but I believe that it is just a God-given gift. That means I have not worked hard for it. but it's like Kripa Siddhi. We have sadhana siddhis who done a lot of practice and they become expert in something. And some are like Kripa siddhis, only based on the mercy of the Guru and the Krishna and all the parampara and the blessings of Vaishnavas that actually work. So I feel like maybe I don't know how I am able to organize the thoughts and all, but I feel like I'm very much convinced that this is completely the mercy of the Lord. And yeah, if I only say the mercy of the Lord, maybe it may not be inspiring for others. So that is why I also give other reasons also, like how it can happen. Yeah, as you told, connecting to the thoughts and projecting them on a one sentence after sentence. Yeah, good that it is happening and helping you all. Then I'm very, very happy for this service.
Definitely. Otherwise, don't expect so many devotees to be, following the Krishna conscious movement and getting inspired and then moving. So maybe Prabhupada is selecting and picking up certain devotees and saying, now you do this, now you do this. This is the kind of job that he's giving, and then saying, okay, now I'm going to put this particular devotee to you try to do it.
Yeah.
So, that is also one way in which we have to see how his mercy is working here.
Correct, Prabhu. They will choose, just like you are a dermatologist. So based on your desire, your hard work, they have chosen you to become that. And when you become a preacher plus doctor, that is also a combination which they were looking for. So I am a psychotherapist and this. So all of the combinations, all the skills and our desire to serve Krishna, this will become hand-picking combinations, which all the Guru Parampara looks for. And that's how they empower us and the things will happen. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Krishna Shakti Vina Nahe Tara Pravartana. Unless Krishna empowers you, you cannot do any preaching, right? And you cannot actually be active also without Krishna. So it's mercy. And I also believe that all of you are actually blessing me a lot because I see the power of blessings. I on myself, all of whatever qualifications I have, that cannot produce this result. So I'm very much aware about it. So I always seek for the blessings of all the Vaishnavas. And I always seek the forgiveness also because in the flow, I may have used some words or something in a wrong way or improper way, which might hurt someone and all. So I seek forgiveness and I seek blessings. And then I think I'll continue like this. Thank you, Satyaprasad Prabhu, for making me feel more grateful for whatever I'm able to do through your question.
Yeah, the tongue is sharper than the sword.
Yeah. Yes. And actually this session, actually I designed based on the article which I have wrote last year on the gratitude. So if you are interested, I can share that article also. And I made a few points also on this topic. So I can share that presentation also with you. So
surely.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhu.
For inspiring all of us to become Krishna conscious. Otherwise, we would not have been traveling for 2 years.
You have all asked, that is why it is happening. Yes, any final question? Maybe someone can sing Anuradha Mataji or Kritika Mataji, or someone can sing Damodar Ashtakam. I cannot sing today, definitely. If no one has questions, no questions in the chat. Okay, so who would like to sing Damodar Ashtakam before we close? Can raise their hand. Okay, yes, Satyaprasad Prabhu. Please sing.
If they're singing, then I'll give them the opportunity. If there's anybody else. If there is nobody else.
Okay, so I think maybe Kritika Mataji or Anuradha or Tanupriya Mataji. I heard them at least sometimes singing. So that
I've
is
not
why
heard, I don't know, because I don't know if Tanupriya Mataji sings. He also sings very
well. Anuradha Mataji, would you like to sing?
Yes, sure, Prabhuji.
Okay.
So I'll just sing once, so I'm not habituated to singing each line twice. Is that
Yeah,
fine?
yes, single time. Okay, Mataji.
Yeah. So, Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindhubhaiva cha patitanaam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namaः. Shri Damodar Ashtakam ki jai. So I'll sing in a different tune.
Yeah, whatever you like, Mataji.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Namamishwaram Sachidanandarupam Lasatkundalam Gokule Brajamanam Yashodabiyolokhaladhavamanam Paramrishtamatyantato Drutagopya Ruduntamurnetrayugmam Rijantam Karambojayugmena Satam Kanetram Mushvastakam Patli Rekhanta Kantha Sthitagrevatam Bhakti Patham Iti Drikshvalilabhiranandakunde Swaghosam nimajantam akyapayantam Tadeshitagneshu bhaktirjitatvam Puna prematam samshyata vritti vande Varam deva moksham na moksham vadim va Nachanyam vrineham varishadapiha Idam teva purnatha gopala balam Sadame manasya virastam skimanye Idam te mukham bhojam atyanta nilair Vritam kundhalai snikta raktascha gopya Muhushambitam bimba rakta dharamne Manasya virasta malam lakshalabhay Namo Deva Damodarananta Vishnu Prasita Prabho Dukha Jvalabhimagnam Kripa Drishti Vishyati Dinam Vatanu Grahani Shamamagna Me Drikshi Drikshya Kuberatmajao Batha Murte Vayatvat Tvaya Mochitao Bhakti Bhajao Kritau Cha Tatha Prema Bhaktim Svatam Niprayachha Namokshe Grahu Mesti Damodareha Namaste Sudhamne Spuradipti Dhamne Tvadiyodarayatha Vishwasya Dhamne Namo Radhikaye Tvadiyay Priyaye Namo Radhikaye Tvadiyay Priyaye Namo Nantalilaya Devaya Tubhyam Namo Nantalilaya Devaya Tubhyam Namamishwaram Sachidanandarupam Lasatkundalam Gokule Brajamalam Radha Damodara 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 Hari Bol Prabhuji.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol,
Hari
Hari
Bol
Bol.
Mataji, Hari Bol, Hari
Very
Bol,
nice.
Dandavat Pranam.
Nice, Mataji. I heard for the first time this tune. Very nice, Mataji.
Hari Bol Mataji, Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol Mataji,
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, is it Brajamanam or Brajamanam? Like in Bangalore, they call it as a Brajamanam. So here we call it, we are doing it as
Yeah, you
Braj.
can see it here. It's A, no? The A has, these are called as dialects. Okay, so it dialects or something I called. So if some line is there on the A, then that A is not A, it's A.
Okay.
So it's Brajamanam. So it's
Brajamanam.
Rupam. Right? This is Anand, not Anand. Okay, so like that. So better you check these, and also when you check the Devanagari Lipi, like Hindi or Sanskrit, in that whatever is there, it's fine. And while we are singing, it is okay if some words are here or there, like Brajamanam or Brajamanam. That's fine.
Okay.
But it's better if you sing as it is. And many of the our Gaudiya Vaishnava songs are Bengali. that pronunciation and that to pick up and sing exactly how the way they are written is difficult. But if you try, then I think you can pick it like this.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you. Yes, Bindu Mataji.
So if it is a dot is on the letter and below the letter difference.
Where is dot above the letter?
General.
This like it is ending.
Okay. Aha ka matram.
Yeah. Say like when you write in a Hindi, ma kinda oka line untundi. Right. Yeah. Like normal ma is ma, but you mum, that means it is ending with a sharp. So that is dot upar. Here R means r, mrijantam, right? So that is, it is dot here. So just to make our Sanskrit pronunciation showcased in English properly, these are things are used. If you want to learn about them, end of the book of Srila Prabhupada, like Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam, you can find this, how to pronounce these and all. మీరు భగవద్గీత ఉందా మీ దగ్గర?
Yeah, Prabhu. I read, but I'm unable to understand last.
Okay, when you come or meet or maybe on one-on-one, we can have a call and I'll tell you. Okay? Yeah. Thank you so
Sunday
much.
ఉంటున్నారా ప్రభు? Sunday.
Sunday ఎక్కడ?
ఉప్పుగూడ.
I'll be there, Mataji. You are coming?
ఇంకా అడగలేదు. I will come.
Okay. Try to come. We'll be there in Uppugoda. Yeah. Okay. I think I asked other Matajis and Prabhujis also to come to Uppugoda if possible. Okay, maybe we'll meet you all there offline, not online. Some of you I already met on last Sunday, I think. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. So we'll try to have these kind of sessions as much as possible, as much as our time, health, our consciousness, and all the other resources come into sync. And we will pray that all of you, whatever you have learned, whatever you are trying to learn, you should be able to implement in your life successfully and make your life more and more Krishna conscious, and keep chanting and keep being happy. Thank you so much. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhyaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan Ji ki jai. Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai. Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra Mai ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Bhakta Vrind ki jai. Anant Koti Vaishnav Vrind ki jai. Samavita Gaur Bhakta Vrind ki jai. Kali Yuga Pavan Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
Dandavat
Krishna,
Pranam.
Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much. Good night.
Good night. Hare Krishna.